Happy Dinger Tuesday. We have a full 15 game slate. Let's talk some scene. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more baseball on a full 15 game slate today. 1 and 2 yesterday, two half unit plays, so it was a small losing day. We'll have to move on and take it, but I like the slate a lot better on this 15 gamer today. Luckily, we went 2-0 on Monday Night Football, which was awesome because Sunday was a bloodbath like we talked about, but nice to end the week strong there. But either way, it's Dinger Tuesday, so here's how you win the $20 like we do every single week. Leave your comment below with your favorite home run prop. You must include the odds and the sports book in order to be eligible to win the money. If we have multiple people hit, it'll be the higher odds. If we have a tie with the odds, it will be the longest home run hit. And if we still have a tie somehow or any way, if it's a tie in the same player, then we're going to do a Wednesday showdown, which we've done a few times now. So leave that comment below. $20 to the winner. Now, before we get into it, I have a really exciting new partnership to announce. We announced it once on the football video. It's going to be Bet Any Sports. Some of you guys may have already heard about it, but it's a very well established and trusted US focused gaming company. They have a ton to offer, and let's go check it out right now and see what they got. This place has a lot to offer, and first, if you want to join Bet Any Sports, scan the QR code or use the link below in the description, and you can get that promo right there going on. 30% cash bonus if you sign up right now. Guys, they have a ton to offer. You want to go bet on sports and get different odds and things like that? They have that with reduced juice lines. NFL free live stream. You can watch every NFL game live if you are a member there. Top tier online casino. If you're someone who loves to play blackjack, roulette, slots, all those different casino games, you can also do that while betting sports. Lotto platform. You can bet on the horses. They have tracks all over the world. It is just an awesome website. Obviously, you guys know I only mention ones that I really like. So it's been a lot of fun. So if you want to join it, be sure to scan that QR code and click that link below. But that is our new partner, Bet Any Sports. And now back to this video. We are ready to roll. I'm ready to get a sweep today. I just feel it. I don't know why. It's just in my bones right now. But MLB fun fact first. Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, if you guys remember him. He is the only baseball player ever with over 10,000 plate appearances without one single sacrifice bunt. That makes sense. The guy's arms were bigger than my legs. But in this video, we're going to recap yesterday and then go over the good and bad hitter matchups, the good pitcher strikeout matchups, the entire 15 game pitcher report, give our best bets, and finish it with the hitter parlay ideas and the bets recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. Appreciate every single one of you. I have some people that have been commenting every single day for what seems like at least a year straight. It's just been unbelievable. We appreciate the support. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We are on the way to 29,000 subscribers on our starting our third year now on the channel. So we appreciate all the support. But let's get into it, and it starts with the recap. All right, there it is. Unfortunately, a 1 and 2 day Shota Imanaga under 1.5 walks, and Arizona team total over 3.5. That one just sucked. Imanaga had a walk in his third batter he faced, and then he sat for an eternity after this Cubs scored like 6 runs in the second, comes out in the third, and walks the first batter. It is what it is. Arizona team total over 3.5. They had 2 runs last I checked late in the game. That was just bizarre to see a 2-2 game in a game that had 11 run total. But our one winner, that's right, baby. We had a party down in Nerfy Town. The Twins and Guardians, a little sweaty, but they got the job done for a half unit win. And then I added the Mets minus a half a run in the first 5 innings. Sean Manaea dominated like I thought he would. But you know what the problem was? Jake Irvin completely and utterly dominated the Mets offense, and the Mets offense stunk. They just absolutely stunk today, and they were down 1-0 after 5 innings. It is what it is. But again, half unit loss. We take some small losses. Up 2.78 units now on the year. There's the breakdown of everything to kind of help you guys out. If I just didn't bet game bets, we would be up about 20 units. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. So that's what we got for the recap. And now let's talk those good and bad hitter matchups. We got 15 of these for you today, and it starts out with the veteran Salvador Perez, 11 for 23 with a bomb off Casey Mize. Guerrero Jr., we know he's a stud, 7 for 20 with a home run off Eovaldi. There's a lot of big name guys again. Bobby Witt, Nolan Arenado down there. Witt's 4 for 8 off Casey Mize. Arenado 4 for 8 off of Bailey Falter, so on and so on. And then we got Alejandro Kirk 5 for 8. Just some really good matchups. How about the last one? Christian Walker is 5 for 6 with 4 extra base hits and 2 bombs off Ryan Feltner. that is absolutely crushing somebody. Even though it's only 6 at-bats, that is pretty impressive. So those are all the good hitter matchups today. Take a screenshot, and now let's go check out the bad hitter matchups. And we have 9 of these for you today. Springer, 3 for 16, 3 Ks. Just for kind of big names, Adolis Garcia, 1 for 13 off Basset Hound. Contreras has 6 Ks versus Wheeler, which, a lot of people do, so not a big deal there. And then over there on the right, Brandon Marsh, 5 Ks. Jonah Heim, 1 for 10 with 3 Ks. Not too great either. So, and Nathaniel Lowe, by the way, against Chris Bassett, 0 for 13 with 5 Ks. That is not good at all. But anyways, that's all we got for the hitter matchups. And now let's talk some arms. I got 3 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today. The first one, Nick Pivetta at the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays 5th highest K percentage versus righties last 3 weeks, over 25%. Pivetta, 156 Ks in 129.1 innings. He faced him once earlier this year, and he had 8 strikeouts. He does have a little lower K rate on the road for what it's worth, 26.8% compared to at home, 32.4%. Last 4 starts, though, 9 versus Baltimore, 6 versus the White Sox, 6 at Detroit, and 10 versus the Blue Jays. So that's the first one. Second one, the lefty. This is one heck of a matchup for him. Cole Reagans, he is facing the Tigers, who've been playing good baseball, but man, do they strike out against lefties. The number 1 highest K percentage versus lefties last 3 weeks. Reagans, 211 Ks in 173.1 innings. He has faced the Tigers twice this year. He had 6 and 12 Ks. He now has 7+ Ks in 6 of his last 7 starts. And he also has a higher K rate at home, 31.4% compared to on the road, 27.8%. Great matchup. Obviously, third time you face a team, you never know what's going to happen, but that is a good matchup for him. So let's check out the final one now, and it's Luis Gil versus my Seattle Mariners. Mariners 8th highest K percentage versus righties last 3 weeks. One hell of an improvement by them. 24.6%. Gil, 156 Ks and 135.2 innings this season. Gil had 8 Ks versus the Mariners on May 23rd. His K rate on the road is lower, though, 25.2% compared to at home, 29.6%. He's been very up and down this year. Here's his. I wanted to give you his monthly K rate just to see it. 32, 31%. And then he goes down to 19 when he struggled in June. July back up to 30 in August, down to 19.7. So far, 27.9% in September. When he's on, he is one of the better pitchers in the major leagues, but sometimes he is not on. But it looks like he's kind of righted the ship a little bit lately. So that's the 3 pitcher strikeout matchups I have for you today. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups, and it starts with a 2-time Cy Young winner, and Blake Snell. We all know how good he is, walks a lot of guys, and strikes out a lot of guys. And then Albert Suarez of the Orioles, he's had a decent season, 4.21 expected ERA. And then so on and so on. Zebby Matthews, rookie for the Twins, has just not been good. Let's just face it, 7 ERA, 7 expected, only 25.1 innings, but going up against Gavin Williams, who's actually struggled more in Cleveland. Just something to keep in mind. But as we go on, Bobby Miller. Holy smokes, what is he doing on a pitcher's mound still? He is terrible. He literally is getting hit all over the field, and when he misses, he spikes balls into the dirt, throws it at people's head. He has 0 command right now. But so that's going to be an interesting one to see how the Marlins do there. Shane Baz versus Pivetta. We already talked about Pivetta. And then Mitchell Parker, the lefty, against McGill and the Mets, who are fighting for that wild card spot. Other than that, the best pitcher after that is pretty much Zach Wheeler, second Cy Young. Second in Cy Young race, by the way. 2.6 ERA, 2.76 expected. Just an absolute stud. And Montas is someone who's hard to figure out for me. He can throw 7 shutout innings and then give up 5 runs in 3 innings the next start. So he's been kind of a little bit all over the place. But those are the first 8 matchups. Take a screenshot. All the averages are on the bottom, and hopefully this helps you out. And we will put the right pages on here, unlike yesterday. So that's page 1. Now let's check out page 2. We got the stud lefty we just talked about. Cole Reagans up there for the Royals, the best strikeout pitcher on this page, 29.6% K rate. Just had one heck of a season. Really just a good breakout season for him. Going up against Casey Mize, who just has not been good, does not miss many bats. And then next one, the 58, maybe 59-year-old now, Lance Lynn of the St. Louis Cardinals. A very hittable pitcher, that's for sure. He can show some flashes. Going up against Bailey Falter, who's just meh, in my opinion. No pitcher yet for the Toronto Blue Jays, going up against Eovaldi. But Jordan Montgomery and Ryan Feltner. Holy runs in Coors Field, that's for sure, with those 2 guys. And then we got Davis Martin, Griffin Canning. Who can't wait for that matchup? That's a beauty also. Just a lot of rough matchups in this one until we get to the bottom 2 games. We got great ones. Hunter Brown versus Michael King and an Astros-Padres showdown. Should be a good game. Fun game to watch there. And then Luis Hill versus Brian Wu. More on this game later, but again, two stud pitchers over the course of this season. So that's all 15 matchups on the pitcher report. And now it is time for the best bets. All right, this first game takes us out to the beautiful Washington State, where the Mariners host the New York Yankees. Yankees on the money line minus 120, Mariners on the money line plus 100, with a total of 7 runs. Quick note on this game: Brian Wu of the Mariners has made 8 starts at home this year. The Mariners are 8-0 straight up in those games. But my best bet is not the Mariners money line. It is the under 4 runs in the first 5 innings at minus 125 on BetMGM. This is a 1-unit play for me. Now, I like the 3.5. That's all you can get, but I love that BetMGM gives you this offer gives you these odds of every half run, because now if it scores 4 runs, obviously we push. The only way we lose if there's 5 or more runs. Don't worry, I did the math for you. It's pretty crazy. But we have Luis Hill versus Brian Wu now. Let's talk about it. Luis Hill, he's found his groove the last 2 starts. 11 innings, 6 hits, only 1 earned run given up combined to the Cubs and Royals. 2 good offenses as well. He's now given up 3 or less earned runs in 8 of his last 9 starts, and he faces the Mariners offense. I'm going to be honest, they've been better lately. If you look at their WRC, they're right there at the top versus righties, but a lot of that has come against bullpens. The 5 straight righty starters now have given up 2 or less earned runs versus the Mariners. Facing bullpens and facing Luis Hill is a little different. Before the 5 games, they did pummel Miles Mikolas, which a lot of people can do. But then before that, they got dominated by Kyle Gibson. So I do not trust this offense, especially at T-Mobile Park. Brian Wu, if you don't know him, he's had one heck of a season for the Seattle Mariners, as have a lot of pitchers, which it doesn't matter because it's a waste with their offense. But at home, how about a 1.66 ERA in 48.2 innings with a 160 average against? This is at home. And like I said, the Mariners have won all 8 games he has pitched at home. And in the 48.2 innings, only 27 hits given up. Both these pitchers can really limit hits. He also has a 3 ERA on the road. So, I mean, he's been good everywhere. It's not like just at home. He's just been a stud. His last start was at home versus the Padres, a very tough and good offense. And he went almost 7 full innings and gave up 2 hits. Just 2 hits, 2 runs, but 2 hits. It was crazy. Facing the Yankees offense, 18th in WRC plus versus righties. They've been really inconsistent. You guys know it. Their lineup at the bottom can struggle. Aaron Judge has actually gone into a slump here and there. Just inconsistent up and down the lineup. So, and really the bottom line here is what we didn't talk about is this is the number 1 pitcher's park in the major leagues. This is the hardest place to hit. There's a reason that we have a 7 total here. So to get 4 in the first 5, I absolutely love that push factor. But again, I see this being a 1-1 type game after the first 5, maybe 1-0, maybe 2-1. Honestly, I don't think there's a lot of runs. Maybe later in the game, I don't trust the Yankees bullpen. I just wanted to limit this to the first 5 innings. So give me the under 4 runs in the first 5 as my first best bet. All right, this second bet takes us out to Queens, New York. We got the Mets hosting the Washington Nationals. King of Queens is a great show, by the way. Mets moneyline minus 166, Nationals moneyline plus 140 with a total of 8 runs. I got a player prop. It's a pitcher prop, which is probably not a great idea because they have been a little up and down lately. But give me Mitchell Parker under 16.5 outs recorded at minus 120 on DraftKings and pretty much every sports book out there. This is a 1-unit play. So I'm going to back this Mets offense again. I know it's scary a little bit. I thought about going to half unit just because Francisco Lindor, their best hitter, obviously will be out of this game. He's hoping to return by the weekend, but I'm still going to stick to a 1 unit. I trust in the Mets offense versus the lefties. So let's take a peek at Outlier. By the way, the link for Outlier is below. You are missing out big time if you're not a part of Outlier. Just a huge tool, one-stop shop to get all your research help in all different sports. But Mitchell Parker, as you can see right here, as we scroll down, he is under in 10 of 13 road starts. This is already set up for the road starts. And in fact, he's only gotten 1 out in the 5th inning and 4 of the 3 road starts, or 13 road starts. I'm going to say that line again. In fact, he has only gotten 1 out in the 5th inning in 4 of 13 road starts. So he is not going deep at all. Now let's scroll down a little bit and let's take a look at how good the Mets offense has been versus lefties. You can see over the course of the season and last 30, but last 30, 10th batting average, 6th on-base percentage, 4th OPS, 4th WRC+, plus, and it's the same over the season, 3rd WRC+, plus, top 6 in every major category. This team crushes lefties. You probably already know that if you've been following them all season long. But now let's go take a look at their lineup real quick over there on the right side, and you can kind of see all the numbers. You go Mets, and then we clicked on versus left-handed pitching. Guys, they got some hitters. JD Martinez, Pete Alonso, Mark Vientos, who dominates lefties, and Marte, all with an 860 OPS or higher. versus lefties. They can crush them. Obviously, it would be nice to have Lindor, but he is not there. So the Mets, like we talked about already, they're really good offense versus lefties. They've been good, decent versus righties as well. But let's talk about them versus left-handed pitching lately. The last 15 lefties to face the Mets, 13 of those 15 have gone under this 16.5 line. The only two that went over, Christopher Sanchez and Chris Sale. So this guy's not named Chris, so I think we should be good. No, but really, those are two really good starting pitchers. And finally, Mitchell Parker himself has been terrible on the road. 6.25 ERA, 288 average against, a 9.7% walk rate. I think the Mets can work some counts and hit him all over the field. This is a rookie who has never pitched this many innings in his life in one season. He is hitting a rookie wall every once in a while. You can see it in some of his starts. This is a tough matchup for him. I think the Mets bats wake up here as they're in a big-time playoff race, and they get to him and knock him out before he can get 2 outs in the 6th inning. So my second best bet, Mitchell Parker under 16.5 outs recorded. I will add 1, maybe 2 more added plays. I'm trying not to have too many bets. End of the season can get weird. You don't want to blow any profit you've had. But I will have probably at least 1 added play in the morning in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. Now, these were on fire yesterday. Let's see if we can do it again and talk some hitter parlay ideas. All right, I just got a message in the Discord from somebody as we're recording this. They tailed a lot of our hitter parlay ideas yesterday, put them all together, and they cashed. And that's what I love to see. We try to give out a ton of info for your own bets. It's not just about the bets I give out. Most of you already know that. But Nolan Shanwell got a hit. William Contreras got a hit. I said all D-backs hitters. Obviously, it was a little dramatic. But 7 of the 9 D-backs hitters got a hit. So it was a good day if you did tail those. Let's give 3 more and let's see if we can hit on it. So first one, Seiya Suzuki of the Cubbies, hitting 381 the last 7 days, 280 off righties compared to 257 off lefties. So this is a good split. On a 7-game hitting streak, he is now 6 for his last 13, facing righty Mitch Spence. Spence has given up a 276 average and 469 slugging to lefties, which means he's struggling versus lefties because his righty numbers are much better. He's also given up about 9.5 hits per 9 innings. Very hittable pitcher. Give me Suzuki. Next one, Brian Reynolds of the Pirates. He is on a roll again, hitting 474 in the last 7 days, facing the 82-year-old Lance Lynn, giving up about 9 hits per 9 innings. It's always fun to make fun of his age because I think he's younger than me even. But anyways, Reynolds, 6-game hitting streak, 2+ hits in 4 of the last 5 games. I like the form. I like the matchup. And the third one, Fernando Tatis Jr. of the Padres. We haven't talked about much about him because he was hurt for most of it, but on a 6-game hitting streak now, in the 12 games since his return, he has 1+ hit in 9 of those 12, and now he faces Spaghetti Fettuccine, giving up a 279 average to righty, so he is very hittable. He also gives up a 266 average overall on the road, as opposed to 224 at home. He is on the road here, just riding the hot bat with Fernando Tatis at home here. So Tatis, Reynolds, Suzuki, the 3 hitter parlay ideas. Again, I'm not doing this just to say you have to parlay all 3 or anything. These are just ideas to throw in a bet if you want to. I'm not trying to give out just all the obvious names all the time. So that's what I got for you. Best bets, hitter parlay ideas, and the research help. Let's check out the recap. There it is, the 2 bets so far the night before, under 4 runs in the first 5 innings, the Yankees and the Mariners, -125 on BetMGM. I'm okay with 3.5. You can get plus money as well, but I do like the push factor at 4. And then Mitchell Parker of the Nationals, under 16.5 outs recorded at -120. Again, added plays will be there in the morning in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys are still following this, you guys are either true degenerates or just big time baseball fans. Gotta love it as we get very, very close to the MLB playoffs. So hope everyone has a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.